this video we are back with Find the Tetos. Thank you so much for choosing my video. If you do find it helpful, if you can leave it a like, drop me a comment, and of course hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. So again, I have ordered it by location. I'm going to give a heads up and an apology if you do hear any loud bangs during the course of this video. It is bonfire night here in the UK, so there are lots of fireworks going off at the moment. Not very helpful when you're trying to do a video. So for this one, it is super sneakily hidden. It was actually marked as sinking town when I first joined, but there is a little gap in the floor right there, and this will take us into a new area, and this is kind of between sinking town and spawn. What a hidden one that one was. Round to PPP, which I still think should be PPF. There's no such word as a facility. So it looks like we've got a reactor coming. I can't wait to see that. There's a couple of doors I can see that look to be coming in the boss battle update. I'm fearing that because I suck at boss battles, so that's probably going to take me a while. But coming back into the blue production area. So I owe a massive thank you to Caster Main for their comment on YouTube, which gives you the tip of how to get over to tetobrine. So this is the one that I said I don't know how to get over there, and then that random ramp and truss appeared. So that truss has now gone, but this is how you get over, and it's actually using your baguette of all things. So standing on the railings, grabbing your baguette, press jump and then press the baguette. So for me, tap the screen and use the baguette, and that will actually give you a secondary boost as well. So this means we can get the new one on the wood, but you would also be able to climb up and get the prime. The baguette will also come in very handy for the new biome of the Caverns. So we are going back to the unfinished biome. And again, once you've got the ice key, which I've shown in my previous videos, it stays in your inventory, so you don't have to go back and collect it. You can just unlock the door again. A feature that I absolutely love about this game. There's sometimes nothing more annoying than having to go and get the item all over again. So again, this is a very big area, so we are just fast forwarding. Back by the tapeworm. That is going to forever be known for that for me. So that is the fake happy place. I'm going to call it door because that's what I thought it was with the smiley comments. And the new one is here, and this is continuing. So the pikmin, don't come at me for the pronunciation if that's wrong, but the pikmin ones. So we had one in the Lost Forest, so now we've got the different colours and versions of them. Into Sinking Town. And just as a heads up, obviously I played the update when it was launched, and then there has been a series of changes in the following days. So some of these areas may look a little bit different, but I have captured it the best that I can for you. So I said that there was a gap here that they should use, and I absolutely love that they've put one like Patrick Star there. That has just made me chuckle. I so want a SpongeBob or a Squidward one to match. Excuse the dim lighting. I had been in Halloween and then the lighting stayed the same from that area, but it did rectify, as you can see. I can't tell you how long I spent trying to find that hard one, because for a while it was marked up as sinking town, and I understand why now. But we've got our next pikmin one, and that's just on the flower. Then going through to shallows. So thank you so much to Penguin. They were the ones that helped me find this one. So the little bugbear for this game for me, which makes it quite hard, is you don't have hints and you don't know the shape of the teto that you're going for, or the name for that matter. It's just question marks. So had it actually just come up with the name even, teto fruits, I may have walked past the picnic and actually realised that there was a bunch of fruits there. But thank you so much to Penguin. I owe you so much. I'd walked around the shallows for ages. So we are going back to white space. So again, this is accessed through the shallows. You will also notice that some of the secret areas actually have a balloon by them now. So the tree there has a balloon. Again, I didn't have any clue or indication that that tree was important. So I do like the inclusion of that. Obviously now it makes it easier for other players. I wonder if that will be the clue, so you will see like a Pennywise balloon for all the secret areas. And again, white space is the door here. And then we have this brand new additional room. I can't wait to see if they do something with the doors. That is so random, like that tin or pill pot. I don't know what that is. And then you've got a random keyhole behind here. So I'm actually interested if this is gonna, was that a mirror? I don't know. Whatever that is, it's piqued my interest and I'll be quite intrigued to see if they use that in another update. Round now to time capsule. So again, nice and easy. We've got one of those pikmin ones. And then this one, I saw this by chance. This is so well hidden and using the elements of the map that's here, but there is a tiny little gap in the rocks just underneath where we were in that cave, and you can just about see the body of the teto. Oh my god. It is a little bit difficult to get in there, so first player will help and just kind of try and shimmy yourself into it. You'll know when you're in there. This is where sort of shift lock for this game would help, especially for me on a mobile. You see, when you start doing that, you're in. And that is Pixel, so you may want to just reset to come out. Obviously teleports again aren't free in this game, unfortunately. Back into parkour, so again on the other side of time capsule. I don't know where the racing car has come from. That is interesting. This did take me a couple of attempts to actually get high enough, but just persevere. And then I can already see the new glass obby over to this new area. Again, if you suck at obby, you might want to hit the checkpoint so you get the respawn. Obviously just testing that it was working there, you know. But not a strenuous obby, thankfully. That's saved for later in the video. And that is tetobrine. I love how they've done the index. Like, I'd have so much fun creating characters for a game, I really would. Back in MIKU City. And again, we've got another pikmin one. So this was really intriguing. Does that not look like a key in the dumpster? But I couldn't pick it up. But it's another one of those little random objects. Is it a fake ice key, so a troll? Or is it going to be used for something in an update? I don't know, but that really does look like a key. I desperately tried to pick it up. I've got a feeling it's a fake ice key because obviously being blue and neon. But we do have our next teto, and that is lobotomy sunshower teto. Onto Eccentric East, and just as a heads up, Dream has moved from this area now. So this is no longer in Eccentric East, but I have found the new location. But if you have seen my previous video, I know it's no longer here. But we can just see the new one there. Again, it's a pikmin, nicely hidden blue one in the water there. Into Lost Forest. And I spy a rabbit related one here. And then we have the new biome of Lost Caverns. So obviously Lost Forest will then lead you to the Lost Caverns. So nice and big, you can't miss it. Here is the new biome. And this place is gigantic. I can't tell you the size of this area. It's huge. So we have glorpane. So again, some of this will look different. There's now an orb between the islands, but I will show you how you can get it another way. But as I said, they have repeatedly changed the map since the update launched. So it didn't work, but this is sort of how you can try and use your baguette to fling yourself to different islands. You know what would have been a great idea, and this could still do it? That car there you can actually get to. Wouldn't it be so amusing if it was like a DeLorean car? Really sad, I'm showing my age, but Back to the Future car, and then you actually fast forward or like teleport to a secret future area. We have Magic Maid Teto, what they think we have in our house, because obviously, you know, the dirt's there 1 minute and then mum comes and cleans it. We have McDonald's Teto. So we have this old Teto here. So it basically says, if you want to talk to her, that there's 5 peaks that you have to conquer to collect an item, and then you can go back and collect them. So the items obviously will be marked in my video description as an item. So wherever you see an orb, this is an obby. So just as a kind of rough guide, the yellow ones are kind of straight up and down. The pink ones will fling you in the direction that you're looking at. So make sure that when you hit that orb, you are looking in the direction that you want to travel. And then the blue ones are kind of just straight across, and red is straight down. And the problem with this area is that it's so dark. Like, it really does truly feel like a swamp. It's a really great map, but it makes it so difficult to try and look in the distance and spot these tetos. Or in fact, the islands that you've kind of been to. Everything kind of starts to look the same. So this island, you can use the teleport with the old teto on the kind of swamp raft, and it's the tower. Again, there'll be an update in the boss battles to here as well. But as I can show you, there are multiple avenues to get to different areas of this map. It was at this moment where you just look up and look at those obbies and I'm just like, oh my god, there's loads. I still have a little bit of PTSD for orb obbies from Find the Fridges when I went into the Halloween house, so they're not my favourite. But you do, just looking at this map, have to have an appreciation for the level of detail and work that this dev has gone into. I'm really impressed, and it's so different from Find the Mikus. They're so closely related. I love the fact that they've put one flat on the floor, so that is scary in the reeds just by the tower. I'm quite surprised they haven't put one swimming around in the swamp. So again, as I said, yellow orbs are straight up, and we find the version 2 teto. And we find a white pikmin over on the island. There are certain checkpoints as well. Again, another feature that I love that the devs have put in. And you can just appreciate when I say that this map is gigantic. That is tiny, hidden in the reeds there. I really truly was expecting one in a bush, considering that you can walk through them. I do have one outstanding medium. It's infuriating, but I have played this level now for hours. And I really have to get on with some other games, so it may be in a bush for all I know, but I was quite surprised if they haven't utilised that to hide a teto inside of it. Albeit that would be kind of really mean when they don't have hints. So to reference this video in the swamp area, you kind of have three main areas. You've got this area which is marked up with easy. This is the start of a series of obbies. You've got one off to another island, and then you've got another set of obbies as well. I do hope you can reference where I am, but if you do get stuck, you know, please do drop me a comment. I'll help where I can. Obviously difficult when I can't see your screen, but I will endeavour to help you the best that I can. So we have two avenues. You have the easy avenue and then you have the medium. We of course will start with easy. See, again, there's a lovely little hidey hole down there that they haven't put a teto in yet. So just also an FYI with the yellow ones, the higher you jump on them, the lower that you bounce down on them. So just be mindful of that if you are over some of the ones near water. So this will be a prime example. See how I drop down into the water? And then this is where I say, thankfully, there are checkpoints because at least I could go back and get earned. So this one is where you would be on the island and then make your way back up the obby rather than going down. But to get on the island, you can just jump down. And that is washing machine. And you've seen the pink in action there, so wherever you look, you will be flung. And that is the original Teto walker. And then going straight up, and this is the first of our peaks. So the items, again, similar to past updates for the game. Anything that you need to pick up, they'll have that exclamation point over it. And this is the flagless flagpole. Such random items, but it says it absorbed into your pocket. Now this one kind of glitched and went on repeat, so just carry on, it will eventually go away. The thing is you can't walk away, like I'm stuck at the flagpole. And then finally it released it and gave me the flagless pole. So again, look, you've got some lovely little drop down kind of cliff edges to some of these peaks that you could use. I'd have like a little teto floating around, or like an alligator one in that little hole. But again, the checkpoints really do come in handy. So that is it for the easy area. You know it's only going to get harder from here. At one point, I must admit, I did think that they made it sort of difficult enough to try and push people to purchase a flying carpet. So you will notice every so often the option to purchase different items popping up. If only I didn't sort of ban paying to win on my channel. I think that was a bit of a faux pas on my point. Maybe I should change my channel. I'm only joking. I am going to stay as a free player just because I think you should be able to at least get them, or try and get them without having to pay to do so. So this has changed. So they actually, I think, must have nerfed the obby, because surely I can't have been the only one that was struggling. So yeah, they've now made this one a medium over a hard, and it is significantly easier. So it is sort of similar, the structure of the obby. There is the one that still is halfway in this obby, but it's just slightly different how you collect it over what I did. So this one you actually had to avoid the red orbs, and I cracked how to do it. I was so impressed with myself. So you went on the edge of the orb. I don't know why they changed this one. You could get it. It was just the string across the top that I couldn't conquer. So I was pretty proud of myself. I got that one on a hard. And then they slightly changed it. So added in this pink orb, which again brought a different element to this, but it was still a hard. So again, that one's now changed, and then we just hit those across and then come down onto this platform. And then I saw my next obby. But we have got another item, and that is the worn mantle into our pocket. And as I said, once you've collected these items, they remain in your inventory, which I am so happy about. It means you can take a break from this and then come back, which is lovely, because seriously, these obbies made me crash out more than once. And then we come on to the next one. And then we just got into this situation where I was smacking my head on the white one between the yellow and the white. And I'm not going to lie, I really struggled with this one. Again, it has been changed. So this is another one that they've sort of nerfed to make it a bit easier, I'm sure. But one that I did say, obviously using the cliff edges, dropping down, there was one hidden there that I remember seeing when I was bouncing up and down. So we will continue with the obby. And I have to admit, this one is my son. Mummy had enough, and so bless, my son took over and got me the mirai mesmerizer teto. Bless him. He tried so desperately to help his mum with these obbies. He was literally getting infuriated as well. But I think he has a newfound appreciation that when Mummy says something's hard, it's hard. So for the obby, which they've changed now, so you can see it's significantly easier. Again, you can utilise that baguette to help you get to the orb. Once I cracked how to do it, it was actually reasonably quite easy. And we make it up to the next peak to find paint.net, and we also find the item of the rusty sword. and we absorb that into our pocket. I must have like Mary Poppins pockets, you know what I mean? I'd understand if it was like this was put in your backpack. So going back to the easy, and we're dropping off to this obby here because we do need to fling ourselves to another island. Like so. And that is Nendroid. And this was the one at spawn, the one that I tried to get with the baguette before. There is a little orb now between, but I'm pretty certain you can still utilise the way that I went. See, having that slightly brighter lighting is just so much easier. It's still quite foggy on the distance, but it just helps trying to find your way on the island that you're actually on. So this is kind of the second obby area. So you can see there's multiple channels to get to different locations. So those other yellow orbs would go over to what is that kind of sinking hotel. But we're going to carry on up the peak. And this is where like the potato chip, where that's hidden, you kind of have to have that zoomed out view or kind of need to look in all the areas. Like I'm sure that medium one that I'm missing is going to be probably in an infuriatingly obvious place, but I've just hit my limit, I think. We have tea. You can also pay to send out a global message if you wish. I mean, that's quite a good little money earner, really, isn't it? Again, this obby, oh my god. So this is my son again, bless him. So he actually crashed out at this moment and rage quit, gave me my iPad back, and I just jumped off to try again. And lo and behold, he must have got so far in the obby that it recognised that he'd nearly got to the end. And then I was presented with the word, impossible. And my heart was filled with dread. So for this one, I don't know what happens, but the orbs will eventually drop you, so you can't really hang about on them. But lo and behold, me of all people actually managed to get up. And we find the pink ribbon that is absorbed into our pocket, an unusually large ribbon if you think about the size of my head there in comparison to the ribbon. I don't know, I'm slightly disappointed for how much work some of these peaks are to only get one teto up there. So this is what I'm talking about with the height. So I was getting a bit infuriated. I was like, just let me jump on the orb. So jumping down, and there you go. So that is how I got onto this area. But you can jump off the obby, so the tower obby just behind, and still make it over. That is so random just to have a pair of legs with a head on it. See, that is the slight glitch again, so I didn't hit that obby, but I think I must have hit some element of the water that meant it let me stay there. And then this is just picking the right path up to try and avoid those red ones. This is the 5th item. But that is all 5 objects. So that means we can actually go back and get old Teto, which is the legendary one. I would be no good in a swamp if I was lost, because I'd just aimlessly walk about and then still get even more lost than I was in the first place. But eventually find the raft. And then this time if we talk, and then we can say obtain you. Don't think I'm a kiddo at my age, but okay. And I'm not a lad, I am a girl, but okay. That is old Teto nonetheless. So I did say that Dream has been moved, and it has been moved into the caverns. So remember the medium obby, so this was the kind of easy, then the medium. And the door is just there. So glad I refound this, and then they've added onto it, but they've added onto it really beautifully. It's simple, but I like it. Now I don't know if this person has jumped and they are on their way down. I don't know. I don't want to think too much about that. And I thought that this was a bit sus here, but then didn't clicked on it, nothing happened, so left it. I should have explored more. That is actually the start of the secret. So thank you so much to Obama Bin Bolin, I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong, who told me I should have just explored a bit more and this was the way to the secret. But again, like, they've done the same room in different styles, but you kind of start walking through going like, okay, the Teto's got to be somewhere. So just keep walking through the walls, but I kind of like the different theme for each room. It's like a different style of the same dream. This one's a bit more of a nightmare. And we eventually come to this, and I mean, I hope that's not a blood splat. I hope that isn't what I thought that person was doing, that they were mid-drop. But yeah, we're going to leave that there. But we do have an entrance into the snow world. And then this world, I thought I found the secret world. It's Snow World. After going through all of those rooms, we find this door. No. So we're just fast forwarding through. So this is again a room within a room. And lo and behold, what do we have? We have a red balloon again, a Pennywise balloon. And this teleports us to the pink sea. And at least I can now see 0 of 2. So unfortunately, I did fall off, which teleported me into Happy Town. But there's another balloon that says ascend ? And then yes. So I don't know whether you have to come in here first or if you can actually travel also from Happy Place. I don't know, but if you fall off, not to worry, just hit the balloon. And again, this is a gigantic map. Like, oh, I've had to fast forward because of how long I was running, and there is no sprint. I'm not sure what the theme of this was. Are they supposed to be like little islands, or I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a brain. Where my mind goes, I don't know if it's the texture and the pink. I don't know. I was just kind of adopting my maid kind of theory that I'm just going to follow the one path round and eventually I will find what I need. And I did, so you come and then both of them are here. I was dreading that this was another link to another room. And I was right. So another room in a room. And this is Man Country B-side, basically pitch black. You can't see anything apart from stuff around the night lights. And then you've got this random Bluetooth picture. You know what's going to happen. If you saw the last one with the random picture puzzle, yeah, we've got another random picture puzzle. And the kicker of it is, it's in the exact same location. So we have what looks like, from here, I can't really see what it is. This is half the problem. I can't see what the picture is. It looks like maybe the Northern Lights or the Aurora Borealis. That's what that reminds me of. Or red, green, blue, because that's the only pictures on there. But this is, I've got a horrible feeling this is going to be kind of pure logic and clear sense to the developer who's done the puzzle. So here is obviously where you put in a number code again from said pictures, but what order the pictures are in, no idea. And unfortunately, Ant never joined, so I couldn't get them to do Cheat Academy and help me. So you've got another street light over there with a purple thing on the top. Then we've got an X over here, so that's obviously another clue. And then you've got a sunset, what looks to be a sea sunset there, or a horizon. So I don't know. I'm pretty certain I'm not going to get anything back if I Google, you know, what is a riddle of meaning of a black kind of whatever that is over there. It looks like a black sea or a sea at night. The Aurora Borealis, a Bluetooth, a sunset sea, an X, and something purple. If you know what to do, I would forever be in your debt if you can let me know. Of course I will give full credit. But yeah, that puzzle ain't happening, so that one's going to have to be remaining unfound for the time being. But what we do find is lightheaded. And there we have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.